Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Shalu Joshi Bhardwaj here. In today's video, I'll be telling you the various sentence structures that you will need to answer your IELTS exam, whether it's speaking or it's writing. Okay, so this is a basic grammar series about the sentence structures. Watch till the end, but before going ahead, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell button. Shall we start? Let me tell you what is the simplest form of sentence. The simplest form of sentence is composed of verb. Yes, just a single word of verb can form simplest form of sentence. For example, run. So, run is a verb. You put an exclamatory sign after it means you are commanding somebody to run. And this sentence in itself is complete. Clear? But most of the times we do not use these sentences. These are for speech or for giving the orders only. Clear? The sentences which you will need for IELTS exam, the first type is simple sentence. These are most commonly used and it composes of subject plus verb. Subject is somebody, it may be noun, it may be pronoun, it may be anything, and there is the verb. So this is the simple form of sentence, which may or may not be followed by object or predicate. Clear? For example, she runs. Okay, so this forms a simple sentence. But do remember that verb and subject, they should agree. We'll discuss it in detail in some other video, but here I would like to suggest you that you should uh, agreement. You should know that agreement of verb and subject is very important for grammatically correct sentence. Clear? But what if you find a verb where subject plus verb combination doesn't form a complete sentence? Undoubtedly, this subject and verb combination, it may form a sentence, complete sentence, and it is called simple sentence, but it's not always the case. For example, if you say she is the subject and wants is the verb, and they are both agreeing to each other, but this is not a complete sentence. You need to add something that she wants to complete the sentence. And to complete it, you may need different part of speeches to educate to add to these sentences. Clear? You need to tell what she wants, what to complete this sentence. Now, to make a simple sentence longer and interesting, this is for IELTS exam where you have to use various kinds of sentences, a mix of different sentences to make your writing interesting, right? To make the simple sentences longer and interesting means you need to add some information to whatever you are saying. You may need to add adverb to it. For example, she runs slowly. She runs every day. Okay? What other ways can you add the details? She wants to buy a house. She wants to buy a big house. She wants to buy a newly built house. Or you may add adverb to here. So these were earlier what we have discussed in this slide is the adjectives. House, big house, newly built house. So this here we are adding the adjectives to the noun house. But you may also add both to make your sentence longer, interesting, and giving more informative basically. Of course, she wants to buy a newly built house. So, using adverbs and adjectives to a simple sentence can make it much more informative and interesting for your IELTS speaking and writing exam. Practice it, okay? Another adverb of time is added here. She wants to buy a newly built house next year. Clear? One more thing which I would like to say is that adverbs, they can be added with either in the starting or in the middle or at the end of the sentence. Anywhere you can add it, but you should be clear where do you need to add it to make your sentence grammatically correct. Okay? Let's move to compound sentences. This is another type of sentence structure which you need to write down in your IELTS and can help you score higher bands. To make compound structure, you need to use coordinating conjunctions. Conjunctions are the words which we will also discuss later. They are the words which help you to join two simple sentences and to make the sentence longer and compound. The basic structure of compound sentences that there are two independent clauses. One independent clause is there. Independent clause. Okay, let me tell you what is independent clause. Independent clause is something, it is a clause, it is a sentence which has its own meaning, which has meaning of its own. Means if you just read this independent clause, this particular clause, it will make complete sense. In other words, or to make you better understand, means independent clause in itself is simple sentence. Okay, and then you add a conjunction and then you add another independent clause. So when two independent clauses, they are joined by coordinating conjunction, okay, it forms compound sentence. Clear? So what forms independent clause? Just like a simple sentence, independent clause is formed by a subject, a verb, and an object or complement. Complement is something which you need to complete that particular sentence. Clear? So this forms the independent clause. Now, because it's a subject, it's the verb, it has a meaning of its own. So when you read this independent clause, you do not need any other information or nothing is missing. It gives you complete, clear information. It makes its own sense. Clear? And let's see what are coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions, they can be for, and, because, but, no, nor, yet, so. So these are the coordinating conjunctions. I would suggest you to pause the video and write this down, these coordinating conjunctions, and you should practice making compound sentences from your simple sentences. Once you practice this, it won't take you much longer time. Once you practice this, it will be inculcated in your habit of writing and you will be able to produce higher band score writing. Clear? For example, I'm very smart, yet I do not enjoy school. So here, I am very smart is independent clause, yet is coordinating conjunction. I do not enjoy school is second independent clause. If you leave, if you read the first independent clause till yet, means before yet, I'm very smart in itself, it makes its own sense. Leave the yet. Let's go to second independent clause. I do not enjoy school. This sentence in itself has some meaning. It's conveying its meaning. It's making some sense. And these two are joined by coordinating conjunction, which is yet here, and hence it forms compound sentence. Friends, this is till now. I know the slides they are less, but these are very important. It's very important for you to understand the basics of these particular grammatical structures, because correct and mix of and range of various different types of correct grammatical sentences, you have to write it down in your IELTS writing, and you will have to speak it up in your IELTS speaking exam, and in this way you can score higher. We will continue with complex and complex compound sentences in the next video. Till then, keep practicing, keep watching. Good luck, guys.